ATPS students, guess what is coming up? We've got a holiday coming up and it's gonna be fun. Love is in the air. It's Valentine's Day. So I thought we'd do a little Valentine's Day project. We're still under, some are homeschool, some are at school. So we still need to keep it simple, and because we want to keep it minimal supplies. But I have a really cute project, and it's also incorporates a famous artist that we can discuss briefly as well. So please join me. Let me play with my computer here. So what I wanted to show you was, this is the project we'll be making. You might recognize that it's a very famous sculpture. Today, all we'll need is paper, scissors, pencil, eraser, markers, colored pencils, or crayons, something to color with. Would be fun to color with marker. We usually don't. I don't even have markers really that I can use at home. So anyways, this is the love sculpture. I believe this one is in maybe New York. I know they're in Philadelphia. So it was made by Robert Indiana. He originally designed this stamp in 1973. I won't tell you, I was already born then. Can you believe it? It's so long ago. And it only cost 8 cents to mail a stamp back then. I don't even know what it costs today. So the first sculpture was displayed in Indiana, which makes sense. I'm wondering if his real name last name was Indiana, or if that's kind of like a nickname. So maybe I should be Patty Temecula. I don't know. So anyways, he sold a ton of this. It became a big hit. And I thought this was really sweet. So I really want you to use these colors in honor of this artist. He said he used these original colors because his dad used to work at a gas station, and their colors were green and red. And the green and red of the sign against the blue Hoosier sky. A Hoosier is someone from Indiana. It's like, I believe, a basketball team. I could be wrong. But so it says versions of the sculpture now exist in Hebrew, Chinese, Italian, and Spanish, and is of course English. So Amor. So we'll probably guess, oh, Miss Amor. I think she's actually not in this grade level, but we do have a student named Amor. So I believe that one's in France, and here's one in Israel. So in Israel, there's even one. So I thought that was kind of cool. He also made one called Hope, Love's Close Relative. I think that's pretty neat to say. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And he sold a Hope sculpture and raised over $1 million for Barack Obama's campaign several years ago. So I just wanted to share that with you. This is what we are going to do today, and I'll walk you through it as well. All right, so bear with me. I'm going to stop that share, and I need to share it a different way. Oh, that's a good sound. I love that sound. Okay, so here's my rough draft here. Hopefully you can see that. Oops, it's really rough. It's really messy. But I'm just going to use that to help me draw. So first, everybody should just have their blank sheet of paper ready. And I'm going to get some music going. This is an artist who's a guitarist. Kind of different, but I thought it would be fun. So what you want to do is take your paper this direction, start in your top corner here. Grab this little corner, all right, and we're just gonna drag it along to line up this edge right here. Oh, let me turn down my light. You can kind of see it better, I think. So you see how you can line up that line right there. And then I wait to press down on the back because I don't want a bunch of wrong lines in my drawing, right? So that's how you do that. And then now take this paper and flip it up on itself, okay? So all we've done is we've taken this corner, matched it up with this edge here, and that takes this little piece off. And guess what happens when we take that one piece off? It makes a perfect square. So now we'll just take our scissors. Oh my gosh, this music is so fun with this. You might not be enjoying it as much as I am, but I like it. I'm in a pretty good mood today. Started a YouTube channel for you guys today. We'll see how that goes. All right, so now we have a square. What I want you to do is fold it up on itself or sideways on itself. It doesn't matter because we're gonna do it equal so that we then have 4 equal parts. Now you saw how I did that, right? Line up your line first. Kind of like make sure your corners match and then press down along the back, okay? And then we're gonna fold it one more time on itself. And this will give us the 4 quadrants, big word for the day, for us to write our love. You could do hope too, I guess, but I'm gonna be giving you directions on how to do the love because to write in those weird capital letters, it's a little tricky sometimes. So I'm gonna start, I want them to fill up the entire block space, all right? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start just a touch below with a touch of a curved line, and then it's gonna go to a parallel line. And you know what a parallel line is, right? 2 lines that would never meet, but it's only parallel right here, because these would meet. Anyway, so back here, we're gonna spin that around, make a U-turn, go all the way to the end and up the corner and stop about right there and then go back on itself, make a little triangle. And you know what? I like it a little thicker than this. So I'm gonna try to make it, ooh, like maybe about there. Probably could even make it thicker. Oh, my song's over and now I get a commercial, boo. All right, I'm gonna turn down the volume. Okay, so we've got our first L. Now I watched these other, our other teachers do this project and they'll put little hearts in the middle of the letters. And I think it's kind of cute. So Robert Indiana, the artist, original sculptor, he decided to make the O lopsided to give it some interest, right? So what's cool, what I want to point out to you guys is when you're drawing, you're in charge of your paper. You can move it all around. You can draw it upside down, whatever you like. So for me, I'm trying to make an O on its side. So to me, it makes sense to turn it to its side. So I'm gonna fill up this whole space as best I can, make a semicircle here and a big semicircle here, and then connect them. Okay, now this O is a little tricky because it's a capital O. It's probably a certain type of font, and maybe you know what it's called, I don't, where it's kind of thinner at the top and thicker here on the sides. So don't be upset if you can't figure it out. Might take you a couple of times. That's why we use a pencil, right? So I'm gonna make that a little bit thinner, or thicker rather, and maybe put like a really tall, thin heart in this love, the O, okay? And so do you remember the artist's name? Robert Indiana, that's right. So here we're gonna, we started with a little curved line and went all the way down with the V. Now what we can do is we can, we got our music back, hold on. Hold on, I think too loud. Okay, so we're gonna curve it back. And we're gonna try to match, what you wanna do is try to match what this looks like on top, right? So these can be thin and narrow on certain sides. So we're trying to fill up the entire space, right? And they should match and be somewhat symmetrical. All right, so how about that? This one, I've struggled with where to put the heart here, but maybe I'm just gonna make it fit right in there. Now, as you know, hearts come in all different shapes and sizes. You might want to take a practice sheet and you can practice different shapes. They're very simple to make. It's just a round, almost a semicircle, and then you go straight down. Semicircle, straight down. Okay, so here's, I don't know, what do you think of the V there? They had it hiding in the background, but I feel like that's a little strange because nothing else is. So maybe I'll try to do a different kind of heart there. Okay, and here comes the E. So now, again, we're trying to mimic what this looks like. So we're doing the curved and then the parallel line. And we're bringing it all the way across as we did with the L and up. And then turn it back around, making a soft triangle. This could maybe be a little bit taller too. A little bit fatter here. And I'm just gonna draw an imaginary line here while I finish up my work here. So the E is a straight line on top and then goes down and makes that round corner, right? Like a round, what's it called? Oh, edge triangle. I don't know what I was trying to say. So right here, we're gonna start with our E, the little thingy in the middle, and add that right there. Oh, that turned out much better than my last one. So as I've told you guys, practice makes perfect with anything in life, even drawing, okay? Even drawing. So I'm gonna make them a heart kind of hanging out right here. Sounds like we're in France, I like it. Maybe we should be writing amour. Okay, dear. It's so weird talking to myself, I have to tell you guys. But anyway, so if you have access to a black marker, fantastic. If you don't, use a black crayon or a black pencil, or even just wait until you get home and use a black marker there, okay? So if you don't have access to a black marker, don't be upset at your teachers. It's not their fault. Or at home not having one if you're working from home. So I'm just going to outline while we can to put this more boldly. It'll stand out more, right? With this nice thick black line. Go nice and slow if you're following along with me, because if you're not following along with me, well, then you can just fast forward the video, right, until we get coloring. I wanted to share with you, I'd like you to use the similar colors to Mr. Indiana's art. Especially that blue for the sky. I think that was such a cool comment, and let's honor that for him. And then the red, of course, and the green. So those should be the three primary colors. I'd like them to be strong, bold colors, not mixed, soft colors if we can, okay? So here we go. And we just added our own hearts to make it a little more interesting as well. So I think I'm going to use crayons, even though I have colored pencils. I think they take a little bit longer to do, but maybe I'll start there. I'll start with colored pencils. See how that goes. All right. I'm getting super organized in my studio to do the best job I can for you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna start coloring. I hope you are joining me. It's fun to color in colored pencil because there's so much more pigment than a crayon. So, and I think you guys have heard these pencils I bought in college. And I'm going to tell you, college was more than 25 years ago. Now, I don't use them every day, but they still work as well as they did the day I bought them. So I think that's kind of cool. Oh, I'm just coloring all my hearts red just because I want them to be red. Go carefully along the edges and then fill in the centers like crazy. That's what I always do. Yeah. So blue for the sky. Kind of a nice blue. I'm going to sharpen it real quick. Ooh, that's a big sharp. And then I'm going to put blue in the background in 2 of my squares, at least, maybe these 2, because they're not touching. Only at the corner are they touching. So when you finish this, I bet your parents will recognize this image, or maybe your grandparents, I'm not sure. Depends on how old your parents are. See how I'm turning the page? Make it work for me. You don't need to pretend like it's glued to the page. I can't tell you how many times I see kids do that. You don't need to do that at all. Move it around. Make it yours. I think it looks nice with that one little line right above the letter. So the other art projects that I've seen, they've used green and yellow as well. I think I'm gonna use the white. I like the way the white, red, and blue look together, but this is your project, so you do what you want with it. Maybe I can even make the background in. No, I'm going against what I said. I was gonna do pink. All right, let's try green. Yeah, that adds a little interest, a little bit of color. Well, because you're going to give this to somebody, you might want to erase any crazy pencil lines like I had right there. Turn your page, make it convenient for you. Oh, good. I was afraid it was going to be another commercial. Now, I guess I'm going to have to do green to kind of make it symmetrical, or should I just try the yellow? We'll try the yellow. They're pretty close. Again, this is that beautiful Prismacolor pencil. What a difference. And then what's cool about the O is you get to color in the circle part. I love that. Now I almost wish I didn't do 2 blue, but you know I really loved that blue honoring his dad. Ooh, we're getting close to the end. Not sure if I'm coloring too fast for you guys. Probably. You can always pause the video. So you see why those black lines are so important. It's so much cuter that way. Okay, so what we can do too is if your teacher has the time at some point this week, we can mount it with a little glue stick on a piece of regular construction paper, or at home you might have a piece of paper you can put it on, or you might be able to make it on another sheet and maybe turn it into a card. Maybe we can do this. Look at this. I love coming up brainstorming, and brainstorming I got so good at because of college, going to college for art. Here, line up your lines in your corners. You have to problem solve so much to figure things out. And so I just love problem solving now. So I'm going to put this here like this. Maybe you can do that, and then you could write Happy Valentine's Day, and it can be like a little card. Isn't that cute? Or we can fold it the other way. Let's see. OE, LV. If we do LV, it's going to be upside down. So could say OE, and then when somebody wants to see the whole thing, you can go, oh, look, I made that for you. Okay, so see what your teacher would like to do. If you want to make a card like this, a simple one on another piece of copy paper, or do this with construction paper, or you can just mount it flat on a piece of construction paper. So I hope you enjoyed that brief lesson on Mr. Indiana, kind of easy to remember his name. And I have lots of other videos. If you have some more time, there's a lot of other easy Valentine's Day projects per every other grade level. So you can always go down or up and check those out if you want to make more. Okay, so hope you guys have a great day. I enjoyed teaching you, and go make it a good one. Take care. Bye for now.